What is going on, mortals? Mortal T here, and today we're back on some more Immortals Fenyx Rising, a new god DLC. We are back with Athena's trials. We've already covered 2 of the beginning trials, so if you've missed them, make sure you go and check them out on my channel because they will be there. But today we're going to move on to the 3rd trial, which is over here. Now at the moment these trials have been alright, they haven't been too difficult, especially because we've got no potions or anything, but we're going to wait and see if they get harder. But let's move on to the 3rd trial. So here we are at the 3rd trial. So this is supposed to be an easy trial for us to do. It's pretty easy if you know what you're doing, so let's just get straight into it. So spawn the balls in. One there, one metal, one wooden, one that floats on air, one that floats or gets sucked to electricity. I think that's what it's supposed to be, or polarity, or whatever it is. So as you can see, we got spots here and over up there for the balls, and we got air vents here. So what we're going to do, first one is very easy. We want to attract this one over here. Make sure it doesn't go off. It will activate these here. It will attract the wooden one, which is very light. And we're going to need to use a godly ability here, which is Athena's hammer, which is like this one right here, like that. Fetch that one over there. Pretty cool. Now we're going to move this metal one. We're going to bring it over to this like owl tile over here, and we're going to use the Athena hammer godly ability again, just to whack it over there. Very easy. So now we're going to fly over here. When it means a positive charge, it means it will push it up. When it's a negative charge like this one, it means it will suck it to it. So we want this guy over here, because then we need to knock it over to this negative charge using this same Athena hammer like that. It'll get sucked to it. We want to come over, wait for this platform is underneath it to, there we go, to do that. Otherwise it will just fall all the way down and you'll have to start again. But we want to push this one over here, put that in. We should activate those air vents there. Now we need to go back for our wooden ball, which is over here. We need to bring up these ramps. Pretty easy. This does get harder as we move into this trial. So pull it here. Use your godly ability. Push it over. It will go in its position where it's a P. Crystals light up. This opens up. Boom. Then we go onto the launch pad, which launches it over. Take note of the left hand side, because that is where a extra chest is that you can gather. So here we have it. Spawn the balls in. Now these are on the wrong sides, as you can tell. The metal is supposed to be over here, and the wooden is supposed to be over here because of the air vents. So this one is easy if you know what you're doing. So like I said, we're going to swap these over. So we want to bring the metal ball over to the left hand side here. So we're trying to line it up best as you can and then hit it with the hammer again. It should go over pretty easily. Oh, before it goes off, make sure you try and get to the other side. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't go in. It's probably best to hit it over this side a bit, just because of the ramp. If you hit this wall and it's still going that way, it'll hit the ramp and then it'll come down. But anyway, once you've got that in that side, we want to get this wooden ball over here. Well, that's gone flying. Let's get it before it goes off. And then we want to hit this one over to this side. Try and line up against the wall, just so you hit it into the wall. It shouldn't bounce back too much. Like so. Boom. Get it all the way over there. Now glide over here yourself and now put it into this ditch here where it's supposed to be. So that's the first step of it done. So now we want to go back across here. We want to get this one out and we want to hit it into that beam there. So yet again, try and line up as best as you can because we want to try and get into that beam there, and then we're just going to use Hephaestus' hammer again to knock it into there. It has to go into the middle one, so make sure you get it into the middle one. If you get it into these, sometimes you can get it back if you can just drag it across and move it into the middle beam, but try and get into the middle beam straight away. It just makes it a lot easier for you. So come up the stairs, and now we want to get this one and drag it out into this ditch here. Boom, which will spawn another one. At this point, we are next to the optional chest that you can get, and I would recommend getting it just because it might give you something really cool. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to place that ball there. We need to then jump over. And we need to activate a lever which is down here already. Activate it. It will activate this negative beam. To get back up, just hop on these air vents. Like so. And then we want to hit this ball over to where that negative beam is. So try and line this up as best as you can. And then hit it with your hammer. There we go. It will get sucked into the negative charge, which will bring it down. Once it comes down, grab out of there, and we're putting it right there. Which will then open up the door for the chest. Boom, and there we go. That gives us access to the extra chest. So to move on with this, you will have to move this ball, so make sure you just get it out of that spot because we need it somewhere else. So we need it to spawn back up here. So once it's spawned back up here, we need to try and get it into that positive charge right there. It's actually very easy. What we're going to do is just going to line it up against this wall, roughly. And then we're going to hit it with our hammer, which makes it go up. Pushes it across. You need to get across here as well, because once this reaches the end right here, it will drop off like so, and it might go back off the edge, so just be careful. You do want to try and get here as quick as possible. Right, as you can see, this one's pretty much straightforward as well. We need to hit this ball into that wall, into this positive charge right here. So boom, there you have it. Make sure you come to the other side because you're going to need to grab this before it gets to the end, because you do not want it to fall off. You need it right here. So once you got that one in there, it will spawn another one, and as you can see, we now have a negative charge over that side. So we now need to hit this metal ball into the negative charge over there. So once it's kind of lined up, just hit it with your hammer and it should get sucked in over there. Now we want to jump over. Wait for it to come over here. Get it off here as quickly, well, not as quickly as you can, but we're going to need to wait for that to come back so we can step onto that platform to move this all the way across to that dip over there where this is supposed to go. So there you have it. Push it up. At this point, we're going to move on to the wooden ball. So this is on the right hand side. So we want to take the first wooden ball we had, bring it around, and we're going to hit it across to this vent right here. Make sure it's kind of lined up, and then hit it across. It's lucky that there's ramps on either side, so not to worry too much. Ball shouldn't fall off. It's going to keep going up and down the vent, kind of speak. There we go. Bring it to us. And put it in its spot, in its place. Boom. Now we're on to the next part of the challenge. Now, we need to hit this ball through that doorway without hitting that. So make sure you can hit it directly from where it spawns in at, so you don't have to worry about moving it or anything. You just got to worry about lining up with your hammer and getting it all the way through. So that was pretty darn easy. This is a hard part. What we're going to do, we're going to need to hit this ball across this wall so it does kind of like a wall run and drops down to the other side. Now this can be difficult because of those vents right there. So it's best to do it when the vents are up. So like that. So it goes over. And then pull it into place. Another one will spawn. These vents will go across. Make sure these vents line up before you hit this across. So like right now, boom, it should go all the way across. It shouldn't fall off anywhere. So we bring it across. So yet again, we're just going to hit it like so. So it goes over. Make sure you use the events in the middle to your advantage. That will help you out when trying to make this wall run to get it over here. But there you have it. That is the wooden ball. Once you're here, this crystal will activate and you'll then get a positive and negative charge. That means we have to go back to our metal ball over here. We want to pick this up and take it over to the negative charge over there. So like so. So once it's on, it will go up and then the negative charge will get it. Once it's over there, we need to come back over here. Once you move this ball, that will deactivate like so, and then these air vents will come on. Then we just want to hit this ball over like so, and boom, 2 crystals activated, doors open, and this is the end of the vault because the end chest is right here. So Immortals, that is the end of the 3rd trial of Athena. There are more trials to come, so make sure you stick around. If you've missed any of the others, make sure you go and check out my channel. They will be over there. So I hope you enjoyed, hope it helped you out, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.